Hi, KT family. Welcome to this week's Kamona Therapy Ritual to Process Life. My name is Christina B. If you are new to my channel, I am a holistic practitioner. And the umbrella under that is Reiki Master, practitioner, as well as a psychotherapist. So this is the last video when it comes to subpersonalities. There are many subpersonalities, but I chose over the course of January to focus on those, and this is kind of filtered into February because the last two videos were downloads that I had to share, and now we're going to finish off with subpersonalities, and we are going to deal with breaking free from the idea of being perfect. So if you're feeling stress, if you're feeling procrastination, you're going to want to stay tuned. Even a fear of imperfection, you want to stay tuned to get in touch with your perfectionist, because quite honestly, we all have a little bit of perfectionism within us, whether it's on a small scale or a large scale. So years ago, I was at the way far end of being a perfectionist. People would come over to visit. Everything had to be in its place. People actually were afraid to sit on my couch, afraid to move cushions. My appearance had to be perfect. Everything had to be perfect. And I noticed that when someone moved something, I immediately started feeling anger. Now, why did I start to feel anger? Possibly you can relate to this. When I delved into subpersonalities, when I became a psychotherapist, we had to take a course on that. And the anger for me was having the lack of control in my childhood. My mother, I was adopted. My adoptive mother, she controlled how I dressed, the way that I looked. She wanted to control how I spoke. She wanted to pretty much control everything in my life, and that filtered into me being a perfectionist into my adulthood because I felt out of control. So if someone moved that pillow on my couch, I got angry inside. I didn't say anything, but I certainly felt it, and I think I showed it because people started to become uncomfortable. So if you have perfectionistic tendencies within you, whether it be your work, and we have a tendency to procrastinate with our perfectionism. If we fear imperfectionism, it likely has something to do with a lack of control somewhere in your life where you actually felt like you did not have control. And being a perfectionist, we can control things. So if it's really creating negative things going on in your life, I'm going to share with you a tool that's going to assist you on getting in touch with your perfectionist. Now, before quickly I get into that, when I delved into my perfectionist and so someone came over, I was aware of my perfectionistic tendencies. Someone sat down on the couch, moved the pillow. I got angry. I got in touch with why I was angry. And I had a little dialogue with my perfectionist and said, you know what? You can move the pillow back later. So let me just get into my notes. So the truth about perfectionism is it isn't about striving to be your best. It's about avoiding feelings of inadequacy. But here's the thing. Imperfectionism is where growth, creativity, and connection truly thrives. So the benefits of letting go of perfectionism is obviously number one, less stress. You no longer feel the pressure to be perfect. You actually create greater productivity. So you focus on your progress, not perfection, which helps you to get things done. And authenticity. All right. You allow yourself to be real, which strengthens relationships and self-acceptance. So here is a simple tool that I want to share with you to help you break free from the idea of being perfect. Because trying to be perfect is a mindset. So we want to reframe that idea. And this is called the imperfection acceptance practice, and it works. So you want to take some quiet time for yourself when you self-reflect, when you're in your moment of healing, growth, and self-discovery and want to transform your perfectionist. The objective is to reframe your perspective of imperfection and reduce stress by embracing progress over perfection. So you're going to start with your awareness. I'm not going to guide you. I know this is something that you can do yourself because you are into self-development and growth. You can write these things down, but you're going to end up integrating it because this family, we are a culture of progress. So you want to reflect on the area where you feel the need to be perfect, whether it's your home, whether it's your appearance or work. So just pick one. And then you want to ask yourself, and this is where you're going to take a quiet moment. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to let whatever visual is meant to come or whatever words come to you. You need to trust your intuitive self because all answers lay within. Physician, heal thyself, right? So the question you want to ask is, why do I feel this way? For me, I was angry because I had a lack of control growing up in my life, and I thought, my appearance being perfect, my home being perfect, don't move anything being perfect, I was in control. And then the next question that you want to ask is, what am I afraid will happen if it's not perfect? What are you afraid is going to happen? Honestly answer that question. Then the second thing you want to do is you want to challenge that belief. So you want to write down the unrealistic expectations that you set for yourself. Take a moment, write them down. Like really moving pillows on a couch, that is an unrealistic expectation. Things are going to get moved. I wanted my home to feel lived in, not a museum. And it was like a museum. People actually did comment about it. So when you write down your unrealistic expectations that you set for yourself, next to each one, you want to write a more compassionate, realistic expectation. So for me, pillows, I can put them back later. Or a realistic expectation, maybe it looks better where that person put it. Unrealistic, my home must always look like a magazine. Realistic, my home is a place to live, not a showroom. It's okay for it to be lived in. All right. Then you want to actually practice imperfection. It's one thing to think it, but it's another thing to take the uncomfortable action. All right. So you want to choose one area of your life where you'll allow imperfection this week. So for me, when I was getting in touch with that subpersonality, people came over, let them move stuff. Let crumbs drop on the floor when they've eaten a cookie and me not being like, oh my gosh, what's happening right now? All right, so choose one area where you're going to allow your imperfection. Like, so again, example, leave a small mess in your home or go without makeup. Hello, I never went without makeup. And that was a challenge to actually go out in public without makeup. And then notice how it feels and remind yourself that it's okay. Remember, we're shifting the idea of being perfect. And then the last thing that you want to do is you want to celebrate your progress. All right. In the evening, write down one thing that you accomplished, no matter how small. Focus on the progress, not the perfection. And affirmations that you can repeat to yourself if you have lovely perfectionistic tendencies is 1, I am enough just as I am. Number 2, progress is not perfection. Correction. Progress, not perfection, is my goal. And lastly, I release the need to be perfect and embrace my authentic self. Because you know what? We're not perfect. Took me a while to learn that. So, and why this works, this practice helps you identify the root of your perfectionism. It challenges the unrealistic standards that you've set, and you gradually shift your mindset and your idea of the need to be perfect. All right. So if perfectionism causes you stress, take a moment to do this exercise. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification button so you continually receive these messages of self-discovery, growth in your inbox. My mission is to share these tools with the world. And even if it reaches one person, I know that I've made a difference. All right. Comment below if you found this information helpful. Share it with others, your friends or loved ones that you know are struggling with perfectionism and could maybe use a little boost in that area. Okay. Let's take a moment to integrate the message today that you will honor. You have perfectionistic tendencies, and you're going to release the idea of the need to be perfect and challenge yourself, okay? It is so empowering. It's going to make a huge difference in your life. February, I'm going to shift from the subpersonalities to a topic that is near and dear to my heart and that I see with a lot of people, and that is having issues focusing. So February, the last 3 are going to be about focusing. And just to give you a little heads up, this is the book from when I went to school for psychotherapy, Focusing, and it is by Eugene T. Gendlin. He has a PhD. And what I'm going to share with you is how to, they call it felt sense. So when we have things come up in our life and we're not getting answers to, the answers lay within our physical body. So I'm going to teach you how to focus. All right. Take care. Much love. Namaste. I will see you next week. Bye for now. In the quiet moments we find our way, with the wind and the chimes we are home, calming